Hey there, today I'll be showing you how to draw Bender from Futurama. So we're going to start at the top of the face with the goggle area around the eyes. So starting with the top above the eyes, we're going to draw a straight line from left to right. From here I'm just going to round out the ends. So starting on the left at the top, I'm just going to round out the ends on both sides, leaving enough space for the eyes to fit in. And then along the bottom here, I'm just going to go straight across, just connecting those 2 points. From here, let's draw in the eyes. So I'm just going to give them simple basic eyes. I'm not going to give them the scowl. So up here, I'm just going to draw a curve. So it looks like a circle tucked in underneath this frame. We're going to move over and draw the exact same curve on the right side. Let's go ahead and draw some pupils. So in here, I'm just going to draw a little tiny square just on the left on this side here and just color that in black. I'll draw the same thing on this side here as well. Color that in black. This whole area here, I'm just going to color that all in black as well. Now that we have that, we're going to draw the frame around the goggles. So on this side, just on the left, we're going to draw a curve from left to right. And I'm going to start on this side and curve up just to about here in line with this eye on the right. So curving down and curving back up. From this side, I'm going to round out the corner. Round this out, and I'm going to come straight down. Right there. Let's go over to the right side and just draw the profile of this side of the goggle. So I'm going to come across in a slight downward angle. I'm going to round up the end and come straight down. From here, I'm going to draw a line underneath this line here, leaving a little gap, and then just blend that in with a rounded corner on the end on the right. Over here, I'm going to draw a straight line going into that corner. So it looks like a little box around the eyes. From here, let's draw in the mouth area. So just again, in line with the edge of this eye, I'm going to draw a little short line coming down. From here, I'm going to draw the top edge of the mouth. So a curve that goes across from left to right. And right about here is where I'm going to round this out around the same height as I have for the eye area. I come across, straight across, and just end it right there. I don't want to go as far as the top part of the mouth here. I kind of want to do a little bit of an overbite. So from here, I'm going to draw a straight line coming down for the teeth. And then inside here, I'm going to draw 2 curved lines. So curving at the top and curving along the bottom. I want to try to make sure that they're evenly spaced out so they're not too different from one another. So from up here on the left, drawing a straight line down, leave a gap, one here, and then one in the front there. From this point, I'm just going to draw an angled line. So I'm going to step up from the bottom of the teeth, come out in an angle, come straight down with a short line, and now I'm going to draw the bottom area of the neck. And I want to make sure that this curve goes past this edge of the goggle. So right about here, I'll draw a curve like so. From this point, I'm going to come straight up with a line up to about here. So starting up here, I'll pull a line straight down. And then I'm going to round out the top of the head and come down and meet up with that front part of the goggles. But as I'm doing this, I'm going to curve up. And right when I get to about the center point, I'm going to draw a little socket like this. From this point, I'm going to curve around and continue the curve to the front edge of the goggle. Now I want to draw the little antenna on top of the head. So on either end, I'm going to curve inwards. I'm going to draw another little socket in the middle. And I'm going to come up to a point up here, but I'm going to draw the little antenna ball first. Right in the middle, and then on the ends, I'm just going to pull 2 diagonal lines coming in towards that socket. Okay, so we got the face. Let's get into the body. So on either end of the head, on these 2 corners, I'm just going to curve and round out the shoulder areas. Curving out like this. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the edge of the body. Curving from left to right. Now from these 2 points, I want to come down an angle down towards the bottom of the waist. Now from this point, they kind of curve in, or they don't curve in, they actually angle in towards the bottom. But along the way on the left side, I'm going to stop and draw a socket for the arm. So from this point, I'm going to come down at an angle, aiming down this way. From this point, I'm just going to draw a socket, like a backward C, and then continue that line down towards the waist, right about there. On this side, I'm going to draw the opposite direction, so coming down from right to left. Along the bottom here, I'm just going to connect these 2 points with a curve for the bottom of the body. Let's come back to that in a second. We're going to draw the arm here. So what I want to do is I want to continue this shoulder socket by continuing this curve all the way around on both sides. From here, I want to draw one more socket. So curving around like a backward C. Let's close that gap off there. Now I'm going to draw the arm, which looks like sort of like a pipe cleaner. From the front here, curve down towards the wrist. I'm going to take this point and curve around to the wrist as well, but I'm going to try to keep the spacing of the arm consistent all the way through. From this point, I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now I'm going to spray out the sides of the hand here. So from the bottom, I'm going to curve out, curving out so it gets a little bit wider, and then I'm going to draw a straight line across like this. Let's draw on the 3 fingers. So from this point here, I'm going to curl around that corner there. From this point, I just want to pull a little line. Over here, let's do an overlap. So I'm going to overlap 1 finger, and then let's overlap the 3rd finger right into that point there. Along this arm, I'm going to draw some curves just to make it look like metal. So from here, draw 1, 2, leaving enough gap in between, and just try to make it even all the way throughout. Okay, so we got that arm. Let's draw the arm on the right. So again, on the socket, because the body's turned this way, you're going to see just the edge of the socket. So starting at the same height, coming down to the same height on the bottom as well. We're going to draw this arm coming down to here, around the same length as we have on the left. So I'm going to start up here, and curve down. I'm going to come in, and again, try to keep the arm consistently thick all the way throughout. Now from here, I'm going to draw the top edge of the wrist with a curve, curving out the sides of the hand like I did on this side, and then drawing a straight line across. From here, we're just going to draw some simple fingers. So right here, I'm going to draw a little curve, 2, and then 3. We're going to draw the little lines across the top of the arm. So this side, I'm going to draw in the opposite direction. So these are going to curve this way. I'm going to draw 5 of these evenly spaced out all the way up the arm. Just like so. Let's draw in the door on the chest. So it's basically a big rectangle, but it's got some curve along the top and the bottom. So along the top here, I'm going to follow that same curve as I have along this top ridge, rounding out the corners. And now I'm going to come down in an angle, just following the same sort of angle of the side of the body, down to about there, rounding out the corners, and connecting those 2 points with a curve. On this side, there's a little doorknob, so I'm just going to draw a little circle there. The final part, let's draw in the legs. So 2 sort of similar style to the arms. We're going to curve down towards the feet. So what I want to do is I want to start with the left foot first, drawing the socket. A little curve like that. Now this span is going to determine the thickness of the leg. So from here, I'm going to curve up towards the back of the leg, and then we're going to move over and draw that same curve right to that ankle there. Let's go ahead and draw in the little line. So just like we did with the arms, I'm going to draw 5 curves going across. For the foot, it's very simple. So on either end, on the left, I'm just going to curve out. On the right, we'll curve out. Connect these 2 points with a curve that comes down towards the bottom and back up. We're going to draw that exact same leg on the right side. So starting over here, start with the leg first. So coming down, we move up here, making sure that that width of the leg is consistent. We'll draw that socket. Let's go ahead and draw in the lines 5 times. 3, 4, 5. And on each end, we're just going to curve out and then connect those 2 points with a curve that comes down and back up. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Bender from Futurama. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and share this with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.